Unearthing the Origins of Jack Daniel's, the Overlooked Legacy of Nearest Green. As one of the most iconic and enduring names in American spirits, Jack Daniel's represents more than just a Tennessee whiskey. It stands as a pillar of U.S. brand heritage. Yet, for over a century, the foundational contributions of a black distiller named Nathan Nearest Green remained largely unacknowledged in the company's official history, the hidden hands in American distilling. Recent scholarship has brought to light the overlooked technical and intellectual labor of enslaved individuals in shaping early American distilling practices. Far from being limited to agricultural or menial tasks, many enslaved workers possessed refined skills in fermentation and distillation, skills acquired on American plantations and in Caribbean rum production. These qualifications were often noted in slave auction records as buyers recognized the value these individuals brought to commercial operations. According to spirits historian Fred Minnick Bourbon, the rise, fall, and rebirth of an American whiskey, such expertise created significant added value. Yet, institutional memory and record-keeping often erased these contributions, resulting in a gap between brand mythologies and historical reality, a partnership at the core of a brand. Nathan Green was born in Maryland in 1820, though records are unclear as to whether he was born into slavery or enslaved later. By the 1850s, he was well known in Lincoln County, Tennessee, for his distilling proficiency. So highly regarded was his knowledge that his enslavers Landis and Green frequently leased him to local distilleries, a practice that led to his introduction to Jasper Jack Daniel, a young orphan seeking work on the property of preacher and grocer Dan Call. Though Call was long credited as Daniel's mentor, brand history, particularly as recorded in Jack Daniel's Legacy 1967, shows that it was Green whom Call entrusted with teaching the boy. Green taught Daniel the Lincoln County process, a method of filtering whiskey through sugar maple charcoal prior to barrel aging. This process, believed to be influenced by West African purification techniques, became a defining characteristic of Tennessee whiskey and gave Jack Daniel's its distinctive smoothness and signature taste. As Daniel matured into a distiller and businessman, Green's mentorship remained integral. By the time the Civil War broke out, Daniel had already established a local reputation for quality whiskey, benefiting directly from the foundational methods passed down by Green. Brand growth, memory loss following emancipation, Daniel purchased Call's distillery and rebranded it under his own name. Green's sons Louis, Eli, and George joined the operation, continuing a family tradition that would span generations. Despite the Green family's ongoing involvement, early company histories largely omitted their role. Inconsistent documentation, the informality of 19th-century brand narratives, and prevailing social attitudes allowed Green's legacy to fade from institutional memory. When Brown-Forman acquired the Jack Daniel's brand in 1965, much of the brand lore had already coalesced around a romanticized image of its founder. According to Phil Epps, global brand director for Brown-Forman, the exclusion of the Green family was likely not deliberate, but rather a reflection of how oral histories were formalized or not during brand consolidation. Recovery and reconciliation of brand heritage. It wasn't until the brand's 150th anniversary in 2016 that a systematic effort was made to reintroduce Green into the company's narrative. Fawn Weaver, an author and entrepreneur, visited the Lynchburg distillery and was struck by the absence of Green's name during official tour. She embarked on an independent research initiative, ultimately collecting more than 10,000 historical documents that confirmed Green's pivotal role in the distillery's early success. Her findings indicated that after emancipation, Green continued to work with Daniel in a formal capacity and was likely the first African-American master distiller in the U.S., a title that, with Daniel's blessing, underscored the respect he earned through his skill. The adoption of Nearest as a personal name appears to have occurred post-emancipation, reflecting a broader cultural shift among freedmen reclaiming identity. In 2017, Brown-Forman formally recognized Green as the brand's first master distiller on its corporate platforms. This revision represents a broader shift in brand historiography, one that re-examines foundational myths in favor of more complete, inclusive narratives. Conclusion: reframing the narrative for brand historians, the story of Nearest Green offers a compelling case study in the evolution of brand storytelling from mythologized origin stories to inclusive, research-backed histories. It challenges practitioners to look beyond marketing narratives and engage deeply with archival material, oral history, and social context. As brands like Jack Daniel's reckon with their past, they also create new opportunities for authenticity, cultural reconciliation, and legacy building in the modern marketplace.